Would you like to learn how to make your own custom bows made from pattern paper for this holiday season? Hi, I'm Jess from JessCrafts.com, and I'm here to help you make the most of your crafty time and supplies. So let's get making. Today I'm going to be working with the Violet Studio Nutcracker Paper Bow Making Kit. It makes the process really simple for making your own custom paper bows, and I will show you how to kind of step it up a little bit with a few extra supplies you may already have on hand. But this new collection from Violet Studio and their Nutcracker collection is quite pretty. So the collection has paper strips in several different patterns, and it makes slightly different size bows. The longer the strip of paper, the larger bow it makes. In this instance, I highly recommend liquid glue. It comes with instructions as well as coordinating tags and twine to finish off your presents. I'm going to be using the scrapbook.com Smart Glue. It holds really strongly, which is perfect for this. They show you using a tape, like an adhesive. I just found it wasn't strong enough for this project. I generally really prefer adhesive, like, dry adhesive like that, but these projects you're going to want something really strong. So you're going to take 8 of these paper strips and you're going to cut one of them in half because there's going to be a small piece at the very top. So I have one in half and then I can make a bunch more. And as per the instructions in the booklet, and I think this is such a beginner-friendly project because everything you need pretty much is in the kit. You just kind of need to add glue and scissors, which is such a basic thing. It's not like you'd want that included in the kit. And not only beginner-friendly, but also kid-friendly. I actually tried this out with a preschooler, and they were able to help me quite a bit. So I could totally see doing this with family, little kids, kind of keeping them entertained in the days leading up to the holidays. And then, how sweet it is when a little kid helps to create something, because they always add their own flair. I glued one of the ends and I wrapped it in a circle. And then the next step is to put glue. I like to put it on that seam, but really anywhere works. I just like to keep my seams covered. And then I press the glue down. I do find that I need to hold it for a few seconds for the glue to activate, and my hands get pretty sticky with this glue. That's great because I need it to be really sticky, but it's not so nice to have sticky in your hands. So keeping like a wet baby wipe or some kind of just wet cloth on hand can be really helpful for wiping off that excess. Once you have made all of your little loop bows, you're ready to start making the complete bow. If you don't have a super strong sticky glue, then you also could basically sew them together, which is something I tried with the ones that I used dry adhesive on because I just wanted to test everything, and I was able to basically poke 2 holes in it and then string some embroidery thread through, and then just pulled it through the back and tied a knot, and that held everything together as well, just as a separate, it's kind of one of those. I find sometimes with holiday projects, you wind up just using whatever is around because running out to the store is not really a possibility when it's just a couple of days before Christmas. And again, you just need to wait a few minutes each time you press a layer down. You're going to start by making a cross and then an X, or the opposite, an X and then a cross, just kind of continuing to build up your bow. A little glue goes a long way, of course, and I like to put my glue in the center because when I press it down, that tends to spread the glue anyway. So sometimes there's that temptation, particularly when you're working with the strips, to put the glue from edge to edge. But when you press down, it's going to come out the edges anyway. So the way that I kind of lessen the amount of that is just keeping the glue towards the center. So this is what the kit creates. It creates 12 bows in all, and there are 3 different designs, so there's 4 of each. And maybe that doesn't sound like a lot, but I would be using these year after year. I'm that kind of person who's always like, wait, don't throw out the wrapping paper. Let me save it, let me reuse it, let me use it on a new craft project, etc. But if you really are going to use them year to year, you might want something to kind of step it up a little bit, like I showed you at the beginning. So I cut a circle with a scallop die, and then another part of the new Violet Studio Collection. This is the Home for Christmas line, but they both coordinate pretty well. I can pick either the to or from, which I find is a little bit less reusable. So I'm gonna pick the With Love. The truck would be super cute too. And these are just giant seal stickers. So you could use any circle stickers you have in your stash, of course, any embellishment you have on hand, but these just worked out pretty well. I will say though, when you go to adhere this down, you could put super strong glue again and smush it in there. However, I think pop-up tape works a little bit better. You could have used, of course, used cardstock instead of foam tape. Like you could just use layers and layers of cardstock. But in this instance, I found foam tape to be just a bit easier because I really wasn't working with a bunch of cardstock. I did cut my circle from some scrapbook.com rose cardstock because I just thought the color went really pretty with this set of bows. And then I did find that the foam adhesive was strong enough to hold this piece down. So there was no worries there, but you could add a little bit of liquid glue if you think it needs a bit of a stronger hold. I hope this has given you some inspiration for adding some personalization to your Christmas packages this year. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and check the video description for product links. I'll leave you another video with some Christmas ideas here and see you over in that video.